Welcome to your weekly reading with me, Mama Coco of Cleveland, Ohio. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Happy Monday, Moon Day, ruled by Gabriel, all about motherly love. Make sure you give yourself motherly love today, okay? And let's go get Mama's coffee. You know how I am. I need my coffee in the morning. Oh, and I gotta get the cards. Alrighty, where are you guys? Oh, there you are. Alrighty. Got the table set up here for you folks. Let me just grab my coffee and we'll get started. Okay. I know there's a lot of tea drinkers out there. Believe me, I enjoy my tea because my mom and I have a tea room that we have been reading tea leaves in since I was small. My mom taught me how to read tea leaves when I was 9 years old. So, but I love my coffee. There's just nothing like coffee. So anywho, let's get started with you folks, okay? Let's get this just right so you can see the board. Okay, I'm sure. Let's try a different lighting. Maybe you see it better that way. Alrighty. Let's get started here today. Alrighty, there's the dice. Alrighty, as always, we will be using the Angel Compass Spirit Board today, along with the Cross Street Oracle cards and the Floromancy cards. And last but not least, the Angel Compass dice. So we will start off just like the compass. I will roll for all earth signs. This is for all earth. Earth, earth, earth. Okay, earth. Immediate message. Whatever issues that are bothering you about money matters or issues of the past, if they're combining together, don't let it get to you. You have the Uriel die that fell on west. Uriel represents north, which is money. Fell on west, which represents Gabriel. Gabriel is today, Monday. So if there is, I'll just say it, because the love die fell off here on the bottom. This just came clear as day. This might not be for everybody, but if there's any hanky-panky going on at work and you're keeping it hush-hush and you want it to go further than what it is, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Another scenario that this could relate to is letting past issues get to you where you're not concentrating on work, and it has to do with love issues. Whatever it is, it's time for you to get a grip, earth signs. And your card today, Earth, all earth signs. Wow, you know what? Did you guys see that? See how that one just kind of went floop and it fell on its own? We're going with that card. So that's going to be your first one. Whew, excuse me a moment. I got to take my hair tie out. Ow. I haven't decided whether I'm going to cut my hair or not, but my hair has gotten so long that when I wear a scrunchie, it really gives me a headache. Whew. Too much weight on the head. Alrighty, back to you. Alrighty. Earth signs. Second card for you today is... Something's telling me this one because it literally glowed. Alrighty, earth signs. Your first card here is Four of Air. Crossroads decision. Surrounded by angels and guides. This has to do with lighter eyes, darker color hair, possibly hazel or blue. 4 also lets you know you are at a crossroad decision moving towards the future. Questions you should be asking yourself. Is there financial security? Are you spoiling over the top and why? Ease up on the credit cards. I said that the other day. Are you denying efforts to make life easier now? Is there false hope with money? You are surrounded by angels and guides. You are strongly protected at this time. And is there a vacation that is needed at this time? One of fire. It's all about taking action in the forgiveness house. Remember to speak impeccable from the heart. Is there freedom from being held back? There's possible birth or birth of new ideas. We had this the other day, so this is obviously something that has not been taken care of last week, so it needs to be taken care of this week. Are family matters good? Is this a chaotic period? Does your life need change now? Are you aware of the pond and pebble effect? Change life now. New opportunities are coming, but make sure you pick and choose your battles wisely. So with your die and your cards, how it all adds up, basically take your action now. In the forgiveness house, you are the one in charge of the situation, so you're the one that has to bring up the conversation with the crossroads decision when it comes to any type of love that could be hindering mental chatter in order for the prosperity house to bloom forward. Your cherry on top with the floromancy. This one's saying that one too. I always go with my gut or you'll be in a rut. Abundance is coming, no worries. So if you're worried about this bullshit that's going on, you know, that's preventing money from growing or hindering the money house or hindering the work environment, hang tight, it's going to be okay. It is what it is. It's never about losing, it's all about winning and learning. Next, we will be rolling for all air signs. Air, you got Gabriel falling right on the border of north and west. You have your north die, Uriel fell over here. If this does apply to anybody that is watching out there, it has fallen by the initial B. B as in boy. Okay, you're on the border. So basically, this is almost kind of similar to the previous message for earth signs. Immediate message with this being right on the border. Basically, you're going to be receiving some news of some issues of the past while being at work. But don't let it get in your head. Keep working. It's like when I received a phone call one time at work and found out that an ex-boyfriend, and we had just split up, he had died. And I received the news at work. I had to hold it together. I could have went home, but it's everyday life. It's everyday activities. It's inner city life. You keep moving forward. So, again, try not to let it get to you. And especially with them being so close, and it's both these issues on hand. So, in a nutshell, get a grip on past issues so it doesn't interfere with the healing and the grounding and the money house. Your two cards today for all air signs. So I'm saying this one and this one. Your first card here is 10 of Fire. Okay, right now it's a time out. Number 10 is all about new beginnings, split in half. Number 5. 5 is all about new beginnings, like the 5-point star, the 5 points to a human. Time out, accept help from others. You are deserving. And are you taking care of your health? So basically, this is an individual with red or blonde hair, or like shades of red or blonde hair, or dyes their hair with red or blonde hair. I'm seeing more red than anything, like a cherry red. You need to take time out. You need to accept help from others because you are deserving. Get off your ego pride trip and start taking care of your health because you're too much in your head and you're not taking care of your health. And if you're not taking care of your health, you're not going to do anybody any good. Because you're 3 of water. This is obviously a full circle situation with mental chatter. You're not letting it go. You got to let it go. Lord knows I do the same shit. I mean, it happens sometimes. Are you uncovering the truth that's right smack dead in front of you? Sometimes we do not want to accept certain individuals for who they are because of the amount of time we have invested in them. But it is what it is. Are you ready for an emotional roller coaster ride? Because if you're not in one already, you better recognize it. Are you seeing the truth behind your emotions, or are they getting in the way from living in your truth? Sometimes we can get caught up in that fantasy man that lets us be who we want to be. And then we realize that that's not exactly who we are. But you can still find balance. I don't know. I've always been a firm believer, always be a lady, never a chicken ass. That's how my mama raised me. And always be a lady on the streets, a fighter in the streets, and a freak in the sheets when needed, when you're trying to have some fun. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with making passionate love, and there's nothing wrong with getting kinky. But if the partner's constantly kinky, you know, you have to realize, are you just a puppet? Are you just a toy? Or are you both actually complementing each other? That's another form of living in your truth. Another form of living in your truth is you could be a very spiritual person, and you can be involved with an atheist or an agnostic. There's so many ways that this can apply. So again, it depends on your own personal truth. Pay attention to your surroundings in order to heal now. And right now, it's a possible very good outcome, but you need to have a little more fun, air signs. Get out, go have some fun, go visit some friends, enjoy yourself. Don't let the emotions of the heart get to you. Then again, us air signs, isn't that what we do? Let's see. Ooh, wow, that didn't even go through. Let's see what your cherry on top is. This one almost jumped out. It's okay to let go of past beliefs. That's something as simple as understanding, refining. It's never about changing. It's all about refining. Like the butterfly refines itself. Like when it's a caterpillar, it refines itself in a cocoon, comes out as a butterfly. But the core of the DNA, the core of that butterfly is still a caterpillar. It's still all the same heart pulse. Think about it. Next, we are rolling for all fire. Fire signs. Fire, 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 fire. Okay, fire signs. You have St. Michael, immediate message, dead center with a question mark. With the crossroads decision, landing on clubs in the south. So this is a situation of you're contemplating possible cutting of the cords of somebody with red or blonde hair that you feel that no longer serves you. It could also mean someone with red or blonde hair might be taking some action. This is a direct answer, okay? Whether you have red or blonde hair or you are a fire sign, you need to pay attention to this message. Whatever crossroad decision that you are coming to, and you feel the need to cut the cords to that situation, like say, oh, I really should go up to him and have this conversation, but I don't feel like it. You know, or I need to talk to my boss at work, but I don't feel like it. Whatever you are not certain of, I have to pull cards definitely, like right now, because this is not giving me a direct answer. It's just saying crossroad decision, contemplating question. But what's the question? So let's see what these series of questions are. My gut is saying whatever cords you feel the need to cut, I wouldn't cut them completely. Maybe there's a time out that needs to be done. Because sometimes some people will be like, you know what, no, fuck you, fuck it, and then they go. This might be something like, put on the brakes, just kind of chill for a second, you know, think a little bit, and see what, you know, let's get to the cards. Maybe this might make it a little more clear. But whatever this is, this decision is not to be made just yet. I don't know why, but it's clear as day. The decision is not to be made yet. But you are to take action. Okay. We'll do this. Knight of Water. New person enters your life with a message. Okay, so whoever is with the light hair, light skin. I'm picking up more on like light brown hair. Someone's going to come to you with some type of news that's going to force you at a crossroads decision. And it's going to be challenging news. Because you got double knight here. As much as you feel that you should let go of a situation, no matter how unhealthy it is for you, always take a time out first before you make that final call. Because there has been times where I get this news and I'm like, what the? You gotta be kidding. I'll skin him alive. You know, you get those moments where you're just like, oh. This is reminding you to step back out of the situation and to have a little more empathy. Look at the situation. If you still decide to walk away from this situation, that's perfectly fine. Nobody can tell you that you're right or wrong when you're walking away from a situation. But you are going to be receiving a lot of news this week from two specific individuals. One is going to be news as delivered as a matter of fact, like I was saying before, someone calling me and saying, hey, blah, blah, blah is dead, and you're like, oh, okay, and then you move on. I know it seems so blasé for me to say, just talk as a matter of fact, but by the time I was 35 years old, I had already buried 22 friends. Inner life, inner city life, so it is what it is, and I feel for you, I really do. I'm not saying somebody's dying here because nobody is. That's just something that happens every day, but you are going to be getting, unfortunately, some devastating news that's going to make you really think about this new person that's entering your life on top of the crossroad decision that you're dealing with. So let's see if the Floromancy will give you a little better direct answer. But right now, this is all about you and your decisions. Nobody can tell you right or wrong. Don't look to anybody else for the right decision. You have to make the right decision for yourself. Because right now it's time to protect your prosperity house, for your money house is increasing. So don't let all this bullshit get to you. Because I can't tell you how many times where I would get hit with a lot of shifts and a lot of money's coming in my pocket, and I got all this mental chatter and I got to keep it and I got to hold it together, you know, while I'm protecting my money house. Because you'd be surprised. People that are around you, they'll recognize you working hard. They'll recognize you having money, and you'll have the darndest people come out of the woodwork and ask you for shit. And sometimes it comes from your arch enemies. It's all personal choice. So please protect your money house, because it's going to be increasing rapidly very soon, fire signs. Alrighty, water signs. Last but not least, rolling for water. Alright, water, you got water on water. Immediate message. Time to get a grip on past issues, because if you don't, the communication skills with the love house could tumble, okay? Because your message to come, your pink die had fallen right on the Mercury symbol towards the future. So there are some communication skills that need to be talked to about. And it's also fallen by the Virgo sign. So if there's a Virgo in any relation to that, by the letter P, if that's in relation to anybody out there. So once you get a grip, and this had fallen on a C towards the west, and it's also fallen right on new moon. So please, water signs, pay attention, especially during new moon. That's not going to be for another week or so, if I remember correctly. And in order to move on to a positive communication outcome in your love house. Because that makes sense no matter what sign you are. If you don't have a grip on issues of the past, how the hell can you have any communication skills with loved ones or spouse going towards the future if you ain't got a grip? You know, you have to have a grip, honey. Gotta have a grip. Sometimes that could be something as simple as a couple being together. Sometimes some couples don't want to let go of friends, and that's fine. No woman nor man has a right to tell a spouse to tell what friends they can and cannot hang out with. But you can also recognize when certain people are being instigators, or people are just flat out being assholes because they're bored. I mean, have you ever noticed, especially in the older crowds I've noticed, have you ever noticed that, like, when there's a group of couples that hang out and they all don't have the best relationship, but then the oddball of the joint ends up having a relationship, and then all of a sudden it's the entertainment for everybody else. It's very similar to high school behavior. So if your past issues have anything to do with, your spouse doesn't always have to get along with your friends. Those are two completely separate issues. It can be fun and it can be great, but it's okay to have two completely separate worlds. I'm a firm believer in that. You can have your world, they can have their world, and you can have a world together. That can also be why it's right on the border over here where the new moon is also. So don't beat yourself up. Not every relationship is perfect, like I say in previous videos. It's all about our limitations and what we're willing to deal with. We all have certain limits that we're willing to deal with. And no one has a right to judge you on what limits you feel that you can handle. Just because the other person can't handle it doesn't mean you're in the wrong. Okay. Enough of the guru talk. Let's get to your cards. Water signs. Okay. That one. And this one. Alrighty, water. You got one of water. Wash your hands of the situation. Just like it says here in the past, to go towards the future. Right now, you need to pay attention to your communication skills in your love house. Never mind the past. The past is the past. Think about how you meet your friends. I bartended for 15 years. These last 15 years, from 2011 back. And when you stop bartending, you realize that they really were customers. They weren't really friends, and vice versa. And I've had this conversation with tons of barmaids and bartenders out here, and they've all said the same thing. It's like we have our own like little club. It's weird. So you need to ask yourself these questions. Is there a new relationship? Are cycles of emotion content? Is there instability? Is there a false heart? Are you respecting nature? Are you respecting nature to have balance? And are you thinking twice? Please pay attention to that water sign. Because your 3 of fire right now is all about time to listen to your gut, or you'll be in a rut when it comes to forgiveness issues. So if you find yourself in a situation forgiving somebody with lighter hair, especially their youth, because gray hair is coming across right now, but this is someone where their youth, their hair was like almost like a sandy blonde, or they dyed their hair blonde. I'm not really picking up on the redheads on this one. But time to listen to your gut and spirit signs before taking any action. So basically there's more knowledge that needs to be surfaced. Whoa, that was weird. All my Floromancy cards fell on the floor, but 2 that remained in my hand. That was odd. Can you guys see that down there? I don't know if you get, whoops. I don't want to make you dizzy, never mind. So water signs, protection is needed at this time. That just basically means you got a lot of haters. Watch your back. It doesn't mean you're being cursed or anything. It just means that you are obviously more blind to punjeta around you than anything else. Basically nonsense. You're not paying attention to your surroundings as much as you should. Please pay attention. And you also got this one too, time to protect your prosperity house. Especially if you've been forking out a lot of money this past couple of seasons. You might want to, just tighten the purse strings a little bit for a little while. Not super long. It is the holidays. I keep telling people that, so it is what it is. And that's it. Peace, love, and light to you all. Namaste. Ashe, ashe. Continue to have a rockin' day. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to click the link below if you desire to purchase your own Angel Compass products.